Hello there, this is DBT, and these are the VROOMs. And alright, I bring you something completely new to the channel. This is another racing game that I found in the store, and this is called Racing Legends. Not to be confused with any other racing game for mobile that has legends in the name. It has nothing in common, none at all. But look at that startup sequence is already pretty damn dope. So this is a game that I just happened to stumble upon in the Google store. I don't know if this is available for other platforms, but hey, at least it's on Android. And I thought that it looked like an interesting game, and I was really curious to try it because actually in the name of the game it says offline, and I'm like, can this game be played offline? And I'll tell you more about it, but obviously this was just the very first race, the introductory race, like some other racing games that maybe has the word legend in the front, just saying. But yeah, it's an introductory race to get you used to the game itself. Now, okay, this is my first car, obviously, because they give you a race with a nice car, and then after that you need to use the basic car. And apparently it also has this type of packs, like some other game that also has legends in the name. I don't know, I'm mentioning it. You get some gold, some cash. Apparently, as usual, as you expect in a mobile game, there are two currencies, the regular currency and the premium currency. That's what it seems to be. And we're gonna look into all the stuff around here, but the very first thing that I want to jump in is the settings, because I want to change my name from new player to this other name that I don't know. I think it's a good name. I don't know, what can I say? Then we change this to 60 FPS. We set the graphics to high, and we keep the rest the same. I mean, you can also change your unit from kilometers, from the metric to, this is imperial, I think. Let's go with the proper system, with the this one, just saying. Okay, there we go. After literally 3 seconds, this thing is ready and we can get into it. Now, like I said, we're gonna do a bit of an exploration of what is around in the game, but first, let's jump into another race, because that first race that you saw was actually pretty short, and that is one thing that I've noticed about this game, that while it doesn't have long races, they're not as short as some of the more current racing games that I have found in the mobile racing games, where it's races of 30 seconds. While this is not like a minute and a half or anything like that, so far the races that I've done seem to be around the mark of 40-45 seconds, which is obviously a middle point between super short and a decent amount of time, so it's somewhat alright. Now, as far as the control, this is very interesting because you can literally only steer and use nitro. You might see me drifting, but that is not on purpose. The moment that you start steering, the car starts drifting, so you don't really have any control over when you initiate the drift. I guess it really depends on your steering, but it's not like you press a certain button and you start drifting. So in here, it's a bit of a different system than what I'm used to in something like asphalt games, but overall, it's not an uncomfortable game. If anything, it is very simple. That is one thing that you will hear me repeat over this video. The fact that this is a very simple game, but I don't hold it against the game. In fact, I like the simplicity of the game. And there we go, I got a first place, a race of 43 seconds, again, not extremely long. And as a mobile game, you would expect, you can get a multiplier if you watch an ad in order to get some additional, triple my earnings in this particular race. I'm not gonna do it right now because I just want to show you how long it takes for things to load, how quickly you move from here to there, and all of that. Now apparently I'm gaining a little bit of points, I guess, to climb what type of league am I at. But one thing that I gotta get out of the way first, I don't believe that this game has any sort of multiplayer. This is exclusively single player, and thus comes the important part where I said that this game is offline. It is offline. Right now I'm playing it completely offline, and even though you can see already that it's giving me some offers and whatnot, this is just like, yeah, it does have monetization as you would expect, and it does pop up and all of that, but right now I don't have a connection, and because of that I'm not getting any ads or anything, and the game is completely playable, at least from what I played myself. Let's do another race and I'll continue talking about it, but again, I'm not cutting to any part right now. You can see how quickly it loads. Because this is the main thing that I wanted to talk about this game. I appreciate a game that it's simple and that it's a performant game. In this case, that it doesn't take a full minute to load the game for the first time, and it doesn't take 30 seconds to load a race, for a race to only be, I don't know, 45 seconds, you know what I mean? So that is what I can appreciate this game. But that is to say also that, like I mentioned, it's a simple game. So don't expect incredibly difficult anything over here. In fact, I think a lot of people that are more into the multiplayer side of games, they're gonna find this incredibly boring. But for anybody that enjoys just playing a little bit against the computer and just driving around and see what you can do, I'm surprisingly pleased with this game. I actually installed this game thinking that it was gonna be just a big bag of garbo, you know? Okay, that was a 40-second race. That's not too long, but okay. Then I found myself, oh, there's an ad. Wait a second. I thought I was in offline mode. Oh, maybe I'm not in offline mode. Hold on, let me check. Haha, I forgot. No, I didn't turn it on. Let me set it up as airplane mode again, and let's see what happens. Okay, back to the game. Now I'm properly offline, so we shouldn't be getting any more ads. And, well, obviously, if I'm offline, I cannot watch ads to get a multiplier, so that's fine. But, yeah, I don't know. I think this is a simplistic yet interesting game. Like I said, I think this is more for people who are just willing to play a little bit for a couple of minutes, do a couple of races, and be done with it. But what I want to do right now is have a quick look at what is this whole screen. Obviously, we already saw the settings. There is your league. However, this league seems to be only... When you go into race, you don't really have an option as to what you're going to be, in which track you're going to drive or anything. It just immediately throws you into a race against the AI. And once you finish the races, you start gaining points here for your league. Now, I believe that the higher you advance on the league, the more cars are unlocked to purchase. You don't get the cars, you only unlock the purchase. We'll look at the cars a little later. Then we have the shops, and if we jump in right now, oh look, it did load the price, I guess because it was connected when the game loaded. So over here you can see that they already sell you some cars. This is the equivalent to like $1.50, something like that. Then you can buy some parts, and oh, actually I have a thing for free. Let me claim this pack for Racing Legends. It contains 18 common blueprints and 3 rare blueprints. Now, blueprints are not the same thing that I'm used to in some other game that has Legends in its name, but it's more like parts to upgrade the vehicle, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, though it seems to be specific to certain cars. Like, for example, over here there's some bumper, I guess, and there are some chains for the tires. I don't know. And that's what I got. So you can purchase some stuff, be it for basically the credits or the premium currency, which probably you have to purchase with real money. Yeah, there it is. You can get 200 gold for this amount, whatever. I'm not here to review the value of any of this because I'm not going to spend a cent in the game, unless I really like the game, but that's for later when I would like to support the developer. But so far it seems like a pretty alright situation, nothing too interesting in the shop. Here's your currencies, then you have over here some combos that if you finish all these objectives, you get one of these packs with quote-unquote blueprints. Over here you have your daily rewards, where if you log in every day, you're gonna get some other stuff. So that's okay, I suppose. And, oh, I didn't mean to do that, but okay. Over here, offers is the same thing as going to the shop, so this doesn't really matter. The garage, where we're gonna look at the cars, and finally, race, where, well, you jump into the race. Now, I will say that I find a bit annoying that 3 things in this UI takes you to the shop. 1, the shop button takes you to the shop. 2, this plus button takes you to the shop. 3, go over here, it takes you to the shop. So there is that. Oh, and you can get some additional packs of this by watching some ads. So, I mean, it's a mobile game at the end of the day, so it makes sense that it has this type of monetization where it's a lot about ads, or if you want to spend some money. Now, what I wanted to look at is the cars because, man, I really like this. Obviously, these are not licensed cars, and you know that when cars are not licensed, well, they cannot use the logos nor the actual name of the car. However, this game was pretty tricky in how they named the cars, and I absolutely love it. This is the most basic car, right? The BWV Sports. Not a BMW, a BWV. All right, that's fine. But let's keep looking over here, for example, to the Norris Maxi. We have the Totayo Thunder. Totayo. We got the Wolfscap Wolf, not Volkswagen, excuse me. Oh, I love this one, the Fried Mustang. Love these names, man. I really do. We got the Maisan Slavia. We got a Roach Chaser. We got a Rummer Jumbo. We got a Totayo Cupra. We got, it's funny because Cupra is actually the name of a brand now. But anyway, and we also have the Mitsubishi Revo X. We got the Tsuba Imperia. Even the logos. We got the Chevrolet Camaro. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that, but we got a Camaro. Then we got another BWV, but this is the i-Electro. They should have named it like an i7 or something. I don't know, would have been funny. Then we got the Maisam Nisom. It's literally just anagrams at this point. Then over here we got the Prosec Race S. We get a Benzina Grand Tour. This took me a while to realize that it's supposed to be a Mercedes-Benz, right? Does the Benzina? Yeah, but it took me a while because I saw the shape of the car, but without a big circle over here, I couldn't, for some reason, my brain couldn't figure it out. It took me a while and like, Benzina. Ah, I see what they do. Then we got this one. Oh, I love this car. The Ferrara Imola, which is obviously a bootleg version of the Enzo Ferrari, or the Ferrari Enzo. And we also have this thing right here, the Lamborghini Aventador. Totally not a Lamborghini Aventador. No, it's a Lamborghini Aventador. I really, man, look at this thing. Beautiful, beautiful design. And finally, the best car in the game is gonna be the Bugatti Chiron, or Bugatti Chiron. Man, I was just laughing my ass the very first time when I saw all of these names of the cars. I was like, oh, I like their anagrams, or just changing some letters here, like the Mustang. It took me a couple of times to realize that didn't say Mustang. Mustang. Oh, I see. So yeah, these are the cars that are available in the game. I suppose that you're gonna be unlocked. Well, you can buy some of them, but here we go. You unlock this car when you get to bronze 2, so I suppose after you unlock it, you have to still purchase it. And well, you can see you unlock that silver, unlock that gold, unlock that platinum. So basically what I think this whole thing means is that you need to play a bunch of these random races to eventually rank up enough to unlock the other cars and continue doing races. I don't think there's any additional depth to the game, except that you can actually upgrade the cars. And actually, I think that's interesting, not for the upgrading process, but for something else. No, oh crap, I didn't mean to go into a race. Well, hold on. Oh wow, actually a little bit of issue with the layout. I just quit the race and I lost 10 points over here, so I guess you're not supposed to do that. And they ask you if you want to rate the game. No, but I wanted to show you. Let's go to the garage. Ah, Jesus. Garage, thank you. And here it is, customize. This is what I was looking for. So if we go to customize, well, first of all, it's upgrading your car, right? You can see that it has different stats and you can upgrade them, and you can also upgrade them by watching ads and all of that. I'm not gonna delve into that. That's not my concern right now. What I wanted to show you was over here where it actually says customize. And first, let's go into the wheels. Well, you know, it has its default wheels. You can change them to a couple of these that are yours for free. And then there's other ones that are locked. I suppose this either you unlock through gameplay or through purchases. I'm completely unsure. But what I thought was interesting was the colors. Because, well, I mean, conceptually speaking, you know, the colors are super interesting, right? Well, we have it in white, now we have it in blue, now we have it on red, now we have it on this pale green. Then there's other fancier colors like these dual tones, and that is alright. I thought, yeah, that's okay. I mean, it's just a bunch of colors and probably different liveries. Like this one, also a dual color. I really like this strange green and red combination. But then look at this. Oh, did you notice that? It's not only a livery, it's actually a body kit. And yeah, from here onwards, these are actually body kits. And we got that, but look at this thing. Oh my god, that looks absolutely beautiful. And then finally, we also have this one. So yes, there's apparently body kits. I would imagine you get this thing however you get. I don't know, again, if it's through in-game or gameplay, or you have to purchase it with actual money. I have no idea just yet, but I did think that it was interesting because in a way it has more customization than a certain other racing game with the word legends in the name. I'm not gonna name names, just saying, you know. But yeah, I thought this was very interesting. Now, unfortunately, I don't actually get to see if the rest of the cars have their or if this is just the one car that has this many kits. Because again, there's a bunch of cars, but the fact that it doesn't have even more cars than this makes me think that maybe all of these cars may have some body kits, but that at this moment isn't confirmed, so I don't know. Maybe we'll find out at some other point in the future. But I do overall think that this is a pretty decent game. Again, it's not gonna do anything for all of you multiplayer fiends out there that love the competition and all of that. This is a much more casual game, which is just about playing with the AI, launching the game really quick and jumping into a race really quick, doing a race for the fun of it, and then be done with it. Which is something that you can do in a certain other racing game in mobile that has the word Legends on, because they tend to take forever to load and all of that. Well, not forever, but you know, depending on your device and whatnot. So yeah, it is interesting, and like I said, it's a very simple game in terms of mechanics. You don't have to press anything to drift. You start just steering hard enough and you start drifting. And then you have your nitro bar, you use it, and then continue drifting. So it's, like I said, it's not necessarily, wow, the most in-depth game out there. It's not like you're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna play this for hours and hours and hours, I'm gonna get super invested. But I don't think that was the objective of this game. I think the game was focusing precisely in providing you a bit of a game where you can just jump in and do a race without needing to be those games that take 2 minutes into loading and it's every single race is 30 seconds. For example, this race already, it's 55 seconds or so? 55, 56, 50, almost 57 seconds. So that's almost a minute worth of a race, which in my opinion is the optimal amount of time for a race in a mobile game, anywhere from a minute to a minute and a half. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's a fun little game. I think it's interesting. Now, as usual, there are the monetization where to remove ads, you know, the intrusive ads. Right now, we're not seeing intrusive ads because I have it in offline mode. But you finish a race, sometimes you will get a pop-up ad that you can skip after 5 seconds or whatever. So I believe that there's like what do you call it, a transaction, a microtransaction that is going to remove the ads and things like that. So there's that. But again, the fact that this game also can be played completely offline, that's kind of nice because I have it in offline mode and I don't really get advertisements like, you know, straight up full advertisement other than the pop-ups of the offers in-game. So I think it's a peculiar game. I'm not gonna say that, wow, this is the best game that you'll ever play or anything, but if you have some minutes to play a little bit, to mess around with it, and you find it entertaining enough, quick enough, and simple enough, I think you can have some fun with it. And honestly, I just give it extra brownie points for the naming of the vehicles. That was just like a genius. Another thing that I really like is the fact this whole animation right here, it's nice. But see, even the start of the race feels alright, which is one of the main problems that I had with Need for Speed Unbound, where the start of races always felt ridiculously empty. Like they didn't add enough sound effects or visual effects for you to feel like, oh, this actually matters. Always the start of the races in Need for Speed Unbound seemed very, very boring to me. But I don't know, maybe that's just a me thing, I wouldn't know. But overall, also the nice focus into the rooms is not like, you know, 100% focus on it, but you can hear it clearly. And even though this game doesn't have any type of oh crap, oh, he's gonna pass me. No, is the AI gonna beat me? Oh, you can crash. That's new. I hadn't actually experienced that. Wait, I'm second place? What happened with the first place? Where did it go? Is the AI cheating or something? I have no idea. Look at this race, it's already 1 minute. Huh. See a longer track? Hold on, this whole thing, it's uncharted territories for me, because I only played a couple of races, so I'm speaking only from the experience I have of those couple of races, but yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought of what I was just saying. 1 minute and 18, see, that's what I'm saying. I think that's a pretty decent length for a race. You can get apparently some currencies from doing jumps and whatnot. Again, sounds familiar like other games that maybe we have played. But yeah, there we go. And I almost made it to the next bronze. So, I don't know what to tell you. I think this is a fun little game. Again, the name of the game is Racing Legend or Race Legend? Confirmed, it's Racing Legend. So maybe you want to give it a shot, and if you do, well, you can always watch some ads as they pop up and whatnot. You can also put your phone into airplane mode or whatever, and it will still work, as you can still see, which to me is something very valuable, because if I need to be on an airplane or something and I don't have internet connection, it would really make me much more happy to be able to play my games, even if I don't have an active connection. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a tour of this little game. It's not that I'm recommending it, that's why I'm giving you so many disclaimers on this game is simplistic, this game doesn't have multiplayer, this is gonna be boring for people that like multiplayer. But if you're the type of player who just enjoys popping out a game and doing a couple of races, very basic races and whatnot, maybe you can find some fun in this game. And honestly, I am liking the game so far. Maybe not so much to commit to playing it for a full year or whatever, but maybe to keep an eye on it and see how it progresses. And I don't know, Maybe if you guys are interested, I can make another video on this game and try to make some progression, because apparently the progression isn't going to be extremely slow, but that remains to be seen as to how the monetization and the balance of the game is laid out. And by the way, if there's a lot of noise, I apologize. Noise in the background because there's some construction going on over here, so there is that. But that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit the like button, all of that good stuff. Again, tell me in the comments if you want to see me make another video at some other point about this game so that we can explore what this game is about. But that's all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and stay safe. Bye bye.